so why can't you forgive yourself? Like, it's like we're holding on to stuff for what? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra. For those who are new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button just to stay up to date with my latest uploads. Here on my channel, we are all about accepting ourselves, following our passions, and really just creating a life that we love. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump to the video. If you guys hear my dog, he's in this room, so sorry in advance. So 2019 has been a pretty interesting year for me. I feel like I've been battling so much, like spiritually. I feel like Job in the Bible, if you know what I'm talking about. But just this month alone, I feel like it's been 2 years and it's only been about 30 days. Like, it's been a learning experience. I'm not gonna say awful, but it's a learning. What I realized this month is just I've been living life like totally wrong. I've been living life like out of fear, out of shame, out of guilt, out of insecurities, and that's no way to live life. I feel like I kind of just been pushing through life, really just wearing my accomplishments. I can even think back all the way to high school. Like, I was on National Honor Society, I was on varsity volleyball, I had a job, I got accepted to Michigan State. I graduated in 4 years with no break, so I really just like wore that on the outside, but on the inside I felt like very lost, very fuzzy, very empty, you know, like just not good on the inside. So it's like we can't live life in like a facade forever. So I decided to do this reflection activity. I do have a copy of this reflection activity on my Instagram. I will link it below. And basically, I just asked myself a few questions. We'll put the questions in the description. And you can also find those questions on my Instagram. So the first question I asked myself is really, what did you like about this year? For me, what I liked about the year is that I actually took the initiative to find a therapist. I feel like that is a very brave move for anyone to do. Especially with like the stigma of mental health in the African American community. It's not really like something that's praised, but I feel like I experienced so much growth this year. I did so much inner work this year. I really like that I did that, but I'm not saying it was easy, but I like the fact that I was brave enough to take that step. Next question is going to be, what didn't you like about the year? What I didn't like about the year is the fact that I really just realized that I was living life wrong. I really just realized like what I was doing wrong in life. And that's not really a dislike. It's kind of like a learning experience, but it is like, I didn't like it because it's uncomfortable, and it's like it's so many years of me doing the same thing and people are used to me doing certain things. So it was very uncomfortable for me, and I really just learned that I had like zero boundaries or zero respect for the boundaries that I thought I had, which kind of leads to people pleasing, and you can't live life based on other people's feelings. Like, you just cannot. So now it's like I'm doing like a lot of rewiring, and I gotta like retrain people who are around me, because I can't do things to fulfill them. I can't do things to please them if it's at my expense, you know? The next question is, what did you learn this year? Personally, for me, I learned, and just going back to that first point, is you have to put yourself first. I feel like me going to therapy was putting myself first, and that gave me the opportunity to learn me and really figure out what's going on the inside. You can't pour from an empty cup. I know you guys heard that saying a million times, but at the end of the day, you can't. How can you help someone if you have your own stuff, you know? And especially if you haven't worked through your stuff. Like, everybody has their junk, but if you haven't worked through your junk, you're probably giving people bad advice, or you just don't have the energy to pour into them. Another thing I learned is to just really never stop trusting God. I feel like when I'm being disobedient, I kind of just put God like back here, and I feel like he's really made himself known. Like, I feel like I had like a lot of spiritual warfare going on in my life right now, and I just know that I have to trust God. I have to trust that in order to be aligned with my purpose, I need to be walking in the steps that I need to be walking in. So I can't, you know, do life on my own. I have to just trust God that everything is working out for the greater for me. Yeah, now another thing I learned is you can't care about what people think. I think for me, I internalized what bullies said to me for so long. It was just like natural for me to just care about what everyone thought. I still catch myself sometimes doing this, but at the end of the day, you can't like say you're meant to do something and you're scared to do it because you're worried about what girl on the right has to say. And you can't let people delay your life because you're scared of what they may say about you. Like, you just can't care, especially if it's for your purpose. Like, just do it. You can't care about what your mama think, your daddy think, your grandma, your cousins, your aunties, your friends. Like, you just cannot. You have to just do things for yourself. And if you fail, oh well. Just try again. Another thing that I learned is to really listen to the older people in your family. Like, I know it sounds like they're old, or that was back in the Stone Age, or they don't know what they're talking about, like this whole new generation. But at the end of the day, they do have like wisdom and knowledge that they can help you with. So I do think it's good to seek wise counsel after you prayed about everything, because sometimes they can help you. I know a lot of the times what older people have told me about decisions I make, they were right. So I think it's good to, you know, just take the time to listen to what they have to say instead of letting it go in one ear and out the other. Another thing to ask yourself is, how have you changed or grown this year? I think for me, I've changed just being able to explore myself a little bit more, like really learning my feelings and what I feel. The thing I learned is to just allow myself grace and self-forgiveness. God allows grace. God forgives. If you ask him, you repent your sins or whatever. So why can't you forgive yourself? Like, it's like we're holding on to stuff for what? Allow yourself grace. Stop trying to be a perfectionist. Like, we are humans. We're flawed. So allow yourself grace. If you mess something up, try it again. You have another day to live. Do it. What are some new values and beliefs you picked up over the year? The first thing I learned is you got to nip stuff in the bud early. God gives so many signs, red flags, all this other stuff. Nip it in the bud early, address it early, because if you don't address it, it's just going to grow into something nastier that's harder to get out of. Another thing I learned is to just don't compromise your beliefs. I feel like I kind of let worldly ideas and worldly people really shift my mindset, and that's not where I was. I compromised my beliefs. That also can put you in damaging situations, basically putting you in places that you're not supposed to be also. So don't compromise your beliefs for anyone, for any thought, for anything, especially if they are religious beliefs. Don't settle for anything less than you deserve. If you feel like you deserve to be treated like a queen, then you deserve to be treated like a queen. Stop accepting bare minimum from people. Like, everybody's not meant to go to the next part of your life with you. Sometimes we really just have to do ourselves a favor and just like cut ties with people, especially if they're not treating you how you're supposed to be treated. Another question is to ask yourself, or really to just think about, is what did fear actually hold you back from? And I feel like fear has literally held me back from me just actually being a person or walking in life, period. I've been scared to do everything. I've been scared to speak up. I'm scared to ask questions in class. I'm scared to raise my hand. I'm scared to bring up my workload to my boss. Like, you cannot operate out of fear like that. And personally, I am about to be 25 next year. That's halfway to 50. Like, I think it's time to put the big girl panties on and really just be bold and be courageous. Like, speak up and say whatever you need to say. I cannot let fear do this to me anymore, because it's really a disservice, for real. I cannot be my authentic self if I am operating out of fear. I need to learn how to operate out of love and faith and really just trust God. Another question to ask yourself is, where do you feel stuck in life? I kind of feel stuck just because God has been downloading some things to the brain, and it's been a lot, and I'm not sure where to start, because I feel like I've been given the bigger picture, but I don't know like the road to get there for real. So even as I say this out loud, I probably should like go on a fast and really just pray about it, just to gain a little bit more clarity on it. But that's where I really feel stuck, because I feel like I've gotten this big vision and I'm not sure where to go with it. But yeah, so that's something that I feel like I need to work on. And I feel like that's really that faith and trust aspect with God. Last question to ask yourself is, what changes do you want to make in 2020? A lot of people can say they want to do some things in the new year, but if you haven't changed the behavior or set the intention to change that behavior, it's more than likely not going to happen. for me, as you guys know, probably from watching the video already, in 2020, I really just want to be me, like be myself, really operate out of love, be my most authentic self, and really just walk in my purpose. Like, I want to operate not in a fear-based mindset. So, I did set that intention. I actually made a vision board. If you haven't seen the video, go ahead and check it out. I'll link it above in the cards, also in the description. But I made a vision board, and I did this vision board before I actually did my self-reflection. Next year, I probably will do my reflection before I actually do my vision board. But my vision board actually kind of lines up with my reflection anyway. On my vision board, I really set the intention to just practice gratitude a little bit more and also execute. And in order to execute things, you can't be fear-based, okay? I feel like my vision board really aligns with my reflection for the year. So if you guys have not seen that video, like I said, go ahead and check that video out. You want to make sure your vision board is pretty, that you can hang it up. I know a lot of times we do these vision board parties where it's just like on cardboard, but make sure your vision board is like really intentional, where you can actually motivate yourself every day to work towards your goals. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and comment you guys' reflection, or how do you feel about going into 2020. Yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Bye.